What is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Podcast with Paul.
And Chris, give me the latest on Survivor episode 2.
That's right, guys. It's Survivor Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. Episode 2 just aired tonight, a few hours ago on the East Coast. And we're just going to break down the episode for you. Chris, breaking down the episode, just a few words just before we even get started, like I always do.
A few words? What do you mean by a few words?
Break it down. Well, how did this episode make you feel?
It kind of makes me realize that there's certain people that are actually like playing the game a little early, but enough for me to get entertained. I think that's what we all want. We all want people playing so that way we don't get bored. And I kind of felt like that was what was happening. We were starting to line the pieces up a little bit this episode.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely seems like there's a lot of stuff going on. There were a lot of people who started to get aligned. The tribe structures are starting to be a little more clear. The hero tribe is finally trying to figure itself out. The hustler, we started to see some hustler dynamics, and some healer dynamics too. And let's just jump right into the episode. And by the way, guys, if you want to talk in the chat down below. I will be watching the chat, so feel free to say whatever you want. And maybe we'll read it out loud, and maybe we won't. So feel free to ask any questions or make any comments, especially if they're funny. All right, so the heroes just came back from Tribal Council. And honestly, we had this great moment with Chrissy. Like, she's basically like, listen, I was on the bottom of this tribe at first. And then she's like, okay, and I bounced my way up because of the cracks in the tribe. And I'm thinking about it. Alan basically saved Chrissy. Chris, what do you think?
I mean, I thought Chrissy was a dumbass and like just had no idea of like what she was doing, but like the way she described it, it kind of does make a lot of sense. And there are a lot of people that were talking to her afterwards, so she wasn't isolated completely. So I was happy for her actually, and I'm glad she broke it down when she did that confessional because I thought she was just an idiot.
Right, like I was really surprised when she didn't use the super idol on her friend. But now that I see that she's gonna try to like use it as like a fake idol later on in the game to protect herself, that's actually a really genius move.
See, that's why I thought she was an idiot because I didn't know that was like another thing I didn't know that she can keep the idol after she didn't use it. I thought it was like a one-time thing and then she just had to like bring it back or something like that.
Right. I mean, it's very similar to Tony back in Cagayan, right at the end of the game, where he basically had like an idol. He had like one of these very powerful idols, and he told people, "Yeah, this still works at Final 5 or Final 4, whatever it was." And people believed him, and it actually got him through that tribal. So it's actually really, really exciting. And I hope we see that come into play later. I really hope that it's not just one of those things that they just tell us. But I really feel like this is like a foreshadowing event. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to come into play later on.
Oh yeah, 1000%. All right, so let's jump to Alan because he gave us a confessional about how he felt the whole tribal went, and he's happy. I don't know why he's happy, but he's happy because he feels that he put this he basically made the other tribe members distrust JP and Ashley. What do you think about that? Do you think Alan's feeling is misplaced? Do you think it's proper for him to think that?
For Alan, no, not really. I mean, as stupid as it is, like no one voted him out. Like they basically stuck to the plan during the tribal council. So I don't think he feels as in the outs. If anything, I feel like he's more in the ins because he has such a good relationship with Chrissy now. But then again, Chris has good relationships with everyone now. So he's kind of a question mark. That's how I feel about him. But I think he'll make it far, though. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, actually, I don't know. I want him to get far. See, that's the difference. You have to separate your wants, your desires from what's actually going to happen. I think he's going to be an early boot. I think he's going to be an early boot based on the information we have right now. But I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong because goddamn, he is so entertaining. And let me know down below if you agree with that statement.
He's the antagonist of the season, or at least in the Heroes tribe.
Yeah, that's true because he kind of broke he broke the whole tribe structure down. Oh, he's just great. All right, so let's jump into Ashley. So Ashley started talking to like the other tribe members. She talked to Ben and she talked to Chrissy, and she's basically just like, "Listen, JP and I are not a power couple. I was very surprised when Alan said that during tribal. There's been no indication of this, and to toss that around like that, I don't think it was appropriate." And the other people in the tribe are basically like, "Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand where you're going." So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Ashley did good damage control there?
Yeah. I don't think what she said was bad. It was the truth and it made sense. So I mean, I think Chrissy I believe that Chrissy doesn't believe that JP and Ashley are as strong of a duo as before, and has the option of working with both of them.
Right, and they even had like that scene with JP later on, where it's basically like people starting to see us, people starting to see Ashley and I as a power couple, and I don't really want that, so I'm starting to separate from her for a little bit. I thought that was great strategy on his part. Like people think that like Chrissy made a comment later on that he was that she thought he was pretty stupid, but knowing to distance himself from her is a very smart move on his part. So because power couples are a perceived threat, especially on a tribe where there's not too many people. Like we know there's going to be a merge, not a merge, but you know there's going to be a tribe swap soon. Probably going to break it down to 2 tribes, if I had to imagine. But at and we just had Dave pop in. Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's up?
All right, feel free to jump in whenever you need to. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, JP and Ashley. JP's distancing himself from Ashley. I think that's a good play on his part. If they ever were on if there ever was a situation when they got put on after a tribe swap and there's 2 tribes instead of 3, maybe that power couple would probably be a better situation for them, or even a merge if they make merge.
They just have to make merge. I think if they make merge, they'll be absolutely fine. But right now, they're playing really smart and they're separating each other, like what you said, Paul, from just pretending like they're this big power couple, which they haven't done anything. They weren't as cuddly like as other showmances and stuff. So I honestly think it was just Alan just stirring up the pot, basically being the Josh Martinez of Survivor. So I mean, entertaining, but I don't think Ashley and JP are going anywhere just yet.
I literally just finished watching it, and I completely agree with you. Alan is just a paranoid psycho. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No, I love Alan. He's so entertaining though. Okay.
No, he's entertaining, but he's completely psychotic about it. He's just making this shit up, and it's not even true.
I know, but he knows he's making it up.
And so does everybody else.
I think everyone else believes that, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, everyone just thinks he's insane. All right, so let's jump.
So do I.
All right, so let's jump to Ben, because Ben is like he's like that rational soul on the tribe. Like he's not going to go anywhere. You know he's not going to go home anytime soon. Just because everyone seems to like trust him on the tribe, basically. So he's
the safe one.
Yeah,
I wrote in my phone. I put in my phone. Definitely make it at the final 5. Like, come on. Like,
okay, that's a joke.
No one's gonna target him. He seems like I can't compare him to anyone, but he's just like that one person where you just don't vote out. Like he's that one person.
He's the Kevin. He's the Kevin.
What's ironic about Ben is he in his like the opening video or like his statements that he gave early on. He was one of the only members on the Hero Tribe that says, yeah, you got to lie to win. I believe that was him. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, guys. All right, so yeah, Ben he acknowledges the Core 4 is dead. He's like, yeah, the Core 4 is dead. Alan blew it up, and now we got to go. Now we just got to go somewhere else.
So far for a tribe of 6, can't get 4 people to get past 1 person.
I know. It's absolutely
Come on, like, phone around. Like, come on. Whatever. Keep next.
I mean, that tribe is just loaded with civil war.
It's so beautiful, though. Yeah. I love it. All right, so.
Oh, it's great.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some So
Healers?
JP, he finds a lobster. And, this is like, that just means that he's a good provider for the tribe. And this is actually a big benefit we've seen in many past Survivor seasons. If you provide for the tribe, people see you. People are less willing to vote you out. But he's also a big physical threat, so that's also tempting to get him out early as well. So, I don't know. I thought it was
But they want to eat.
Yeah, it was a good moment. Everyone seemed very happy about it. And then we have another moment with Chrissy and Ben. Maybe you guys want to talk about this a little bit. Dave, what do you think about the Chrissy and Ben dynamic?
It's funny because Chrissy just it's more like she's just using him. Like she even said, like he's a charming guy, and that her wits can keep him keep her a couple steps ahead of him. So it just seems like he's just the person that she's just going to string along as long as she possibly can, and just manipulate because he's the safe one to just keep.
But then again, she also said the same.
Him as a puppet.
She also said the same thing about JP. She's saying the same thing about like everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
No, she did, but I think Ben is the one that she can actually string along because Ben has like you said, he just acknowledged that the core 4 is dead, so he's just probably gonna go with her.
Well, I also like how she broke. I also like how she broke down like each person that was left. Like she broke down, but like what you just said, like Ben is like a good ally to have because he's like socially like he understands how to talk to people, and she also talked about JP being a strong competitor but not being like he's stupid, and then saying Ashley's smart but she can't trust her. Like I liked how she broke it down and made it seem like she wasn't as stupid as she was last episode, and it kind of made me realize that she's here to play the game.
Right, exactly.
And that's exactly why I think it's good that she allies with Ben because he's good physically, like you said. He's good socially, like you said. But because the fact that he's not the smartest person, she's the smarter one. She's his brain, basically.
Right, and it's her actuary job that allows her to like see a few steps ahead in the game, and she thinks that Ben provides the least amount of risk for a future game. I think that's very, very good for her to see. Now let's jump into the healer tribe. Now I don't know. You guys probably noticed we're breaking it down tribe by tribe. We know they break it down. They do a lot of segments, about 2 segments each. We're just gonna go straight down. It's just a lot easier that way. And
that makes sense.
And I know you all agree with that. All right, so the healer tribe. They actually didn't show too much about the healer tribe. They only showed the healer tribe once, as opposed to the other 2, which they showed twice, and I guess the Hustlers 3 if you count tribal. So let's start with So let's start with Cole and Jessica. So Cole likes Jessica. Yeah.
Who knew? Another showman.
Wow.
It's not a showman. It's a power couple, Chris. It's a Survivor, not Big Brother.
Yeah, that's.
All right, so Cole likes Jessica, and we don't know how Jessica feels about Cole at this moment. I think she said in episode 1 that she thought he was cute. I think that happened, but I think we know from next episode.
Pretty sure that happened.
Yeah, there was scenes from next episode that kind of show them talking a little bit, so I think they might actually form a power couple.
Oh my God, they're talking. Oh.
Yeah, they're talking. But if they're showing it, that it's definitely something. All right, so then they had like.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because that's what they do with the cameramen and the editors and stuff like that. They're like, all right, let's try to depict it so that they're together. But like you're even hear Cole in his confessional saying that she was like pretty, but you don't hear Cole ever saying that he wants to be with her.
Well, he said He said that
he said he wouldn't be opposed to anything.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't mean that they're together. It just means that he's like interested, but they're not like together yet.
Well, she's very cute to him, and even though I think he said like even though she's like 30 years old, I still like her.
Yeah. Well, she said that he doesn't want. He said that she doesn't. He doesn't want her to see him as just like a kid. That's what he said. He's afraid of that happening.
Right, and that's basically him saying, "I want her to see me as a man that can date," basically. Form power couple.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about Joe and Mike. First episode, they had a little spat. Joe kind of messed up during that conversation, I feel, and Mike kind of messed up getting caught looking for the idol. So they both kind of messed up, and Joe still thinks Mike Joe still thinks that Mike has his #1 target on the tribe, but he's starting to warm up with the guy. I mean, honestly, when we watch Mike talk, he's just really funny. Basically, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't have much to say about him. He's just. I think he's a likable person. Just nothing really much more to add to him. I feel like we just don't really see enough other than just him talking. He just seems like a chill dude.
Michael?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't know. It kind of seemed like they were like, like brothers like picking on each other and stuff like that. That's kind of how they feel like see their relationship. Like they just pick on each other.
Yeah, Joe was like,
And they get along right afterwards. Like I actually don't think Joe's targeting Mike. I think he's got other plans in mind, especially after what he does later on, which we will discuss. But I think Mike's kind of just there. Mike's kind of like Ben in the Heroes Tribe. He's kind of just like there right now, and he's gonna just float,
except he's more useful, like on the brain side of things. Like he's a smart guy.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. But
like, he's got a use for them on that level.
Right.
Very true. Very true. All right, now let's talk about Joe finding this clue. So he's basically like, okay, I'm not sure if Mike has the idol, so I'm gonna look for the idol. He finds a window of opportunity, goes out and looks for it, and he finds a clue. This is the first time, it might be the first time I ever saw like a clue worn out like that, like just like a rectangle carved out in the tree, like so like neatly. You know, we used to clues being a little more vague, or like the pieces of paper or whatever. But this one is very specific. Yeah, it's pretty out there. So he finds it, and he's like, "Oh, well, this looks like it's by the raft." So like he talks to Cole, because Cole was on the raft for like 3 hours prior to this. He's like, "Hey, Cole, I found a clue to the idol. Let's go. Can you help me?" Basically, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." Brings on Cole, and Cole's like, I'm the happiest guy in the world. I get to look for the idol. I'm so excited. And so they go look at the clue, and Cole's like, no, this means it's by the well. So they go by the well, they start digging, and lo and behold, they find the immunity idol. And Joe picks it up, and now Joe has the idol. And Joe is basically saying, now, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that was a good move on Joe's part?
Risky move, I'll say. Dave, you go first.
No, because now Cole knows that he's got the idol, and I mean, are we gonna just talk about scenes from next week's episode right now? Or are we gonna hold on?
No, just say like what you think. Like, what do you think about at this moment?
I just think it's a bad idea. I mean, because not only that, but he didn't like Cole. Like, if he gave let Cole have the idol, then maybe that would have been a different story. But he's like, hey, help me find the idol for me, and then I'm gonna keep it.
I agree with you, Dave.
And that's exactly what he did. So it's like Cole's gonna just tell everybody. He has that leverage over him already.
We just had Joe Ryan correct something I said in the chat. He said that was Ashley that said that about JP being cute in the first episode. Okay.
So maybe the other girl sees him as a kid. Maybe Jessica sees him as a kid.
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, we'll see. We'll find out episode 3.
Chris.
So go ahead, Chris.
Okay. So what I was saying. I'm sorry, I totally just blanked out. About the idol, right? So I think that it was risky for Joe to tell Joe to tell Cole about it. But at the same time, I thought what was going to happen is when they found the idol, I thought he would have been like, "All right, we're both safe. We got the idol. If you're on the block, if you're up for elimination or people are here your name, I'm going to use it on you," and vice versa. I thought that was the whole point of telling Cole to gain his trust, so that way he wouldn't vote Joe out because he would have the idol to use it.
I agree 100%.
I thought that was kind of the.
I agree 100% with you, Chris. And we've seen like manipulative players do this tactic in the past. But Joe didn't seem to do that, or at least if he did, they didn't air it, which is very strange. What he should have tried to solidify something with Cole right there and be like, listen, this idol is not just mine. This is for both of us in case either of us need it. I'm going to hold on to it, but if either of us need it, I'm going to use it. And that's, I feel like he lost Cole. So
because he snatched it, and it was like, oh yeah, I want it. Look, Cole, I want it.
Yeah, Joe is
like ran over them.
Joe is definitely no Russell, that's for sure. All right, so let's jump into the.
I knew you were gonna do this. Are you jumping into the next tribe?
Yeah. Why? Do you have something else to say?
This is how I know this person's gonna make it really far. When we don't even mention this one person. You talked about like 4 people on the team, and then there's Desiree, who just you never hear anything about her. She's kind of just on the side.
She's like she's there make it in the background.
She's just in the background like an extra. You know she's just gonna make it far, but you don't know she's not gonna contribute to the team.
What's ironic is that I said Desiree, because Desiree in her questions before the show that we all look at, she said she was going to be like flirtatious on the tribe and like try to like flirt with the guys, but we don't really see any of that right now.
Look at her in this picture. She's right in the center of the picture, and like we just don't know anything like about her.
Yeah.
I mean, why is she like? I don't know.
She's
I don't know.
just
I
there. Just like the show, she's there.
I mean, in her defense, we haven't had the healers go to a tribal yet, so it's not like I feel like we get to see more of her very soon.
And then that's exactly why they're not getting a lot of screen time, because they still have every single person there. There's like not enough. There's no drama to like promote for the tribal council.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, so now let's jump into the Hustler tribe. Oh, and there's also that one other girl who they didn't even show at all.
Rorik.
Yeah, they didn't show her at all.
I don't even know who she is. Which one is she? Wait.
I know who she is.
Wait. Which one is she? I have it on the video. Which one is it?
Hold on one
Point
second. Wait, at the point? I think she's right above Desiree.
She's above her? Wait, hold on.
Why are you pointing? I can't see what you're looking at.
the only girl above Desiree.
Oh, she's the right side of Cole, right? Is that her?
Yeah. Well,
okay,
yeah.
That's Cole. It's Cole's left side. It's Cole's left side, technically. All right, so let's jump into the Hustler tribe. Oh boy,
Hustlers.
It's actually my favorite tribe.
I love the Hustler tribe. Big work ethic. There's always a lot going on, and I appreciate that in a tribe. Everyone had something to say this episode on that tribe, which is good.
I think
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I mostly like them just because like they have like the diverse backgrounds. Like everyone's like, all right, the heroes and healers, like you know what they are, but the hustlers, like they're just like a diverse background group.
Right. I love Ryan the bellhop. I just think he's very
awesome.
He's so entertaining. I love his voice. I love the red sweater or whatever it is. It's all amazing. All right, so let's start off with where they start off. All right, so
Ryan and Devin again.
Yeah, Ryan and Devin. And Devin's just basically reaffirming to Ryan, listen, you're basically the one that I trust. When I talk to everyone else on this tribe, I'm not smiling like I am when I talk to you. I know we're good. So they're definitely going to they're definitely going to be like a duo in this game. That's probably like final.
The only actual duo we have as of now that's trustworthy.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the mutual duo. Like I trust you 100%, you trust me 100%.
But it's
Dave,
like legit.
What do you think? Yeah, Dave, what do you think?
That's really all there is to it. It's just like straightforward mutual trust. You know,
do you think people on the tribe know they're that close?
You know what it is? I feel like it's not even that they care or not. I feel like this episode they were just too focused on hating Simone to even care about the others. Like they're like their eyes are just all on Simone and Patrick, because you have Patrick is just way too outgoing and he just takes away the tension between Ryan and Devin.
Right.
Like the eyes of the tribe aren't there because they blend in. Like Ryan and Devin just blend in too much, and plus they're both pretty helpful. So it's like,
they are hustlers. All right, so
yeah.
All right, so Ryan mentioned Simone, like you said, and well, not like you said, but like you implied. So, and he's like, I don't talk to Simone. I have a connection with everyone on the tribe except her, basically. Yeah. And then they cut to Simone, which was a great segue, actually. Very well done. So
perfect.
Yeah, perfect. So Simone, she doesn't like the outside. So she's like that Survivor player that like that get off the couch Survivor player, just like get off the couch Survivor player. So she wants to work hard, and she wants to be a value to her team, and it's I can
she wants to be a lot of things that she's not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way you describe that.
Well, she wants to be things.
That's the most honest way.
She wants to be things she can't be this early in the game.
Or ever.
Yeah.
No, not never.
Ever.
Or later.
Well, you guys are like, I think you guys are underestimating this. I mean, we have like players like Suri who played multiple seasons. She was the get off the couch player as well, and she made it so far in most of her seasons. So I mean, if you look at her and compare her to like Simone, who has well, maybe not the right personality, but
Yeah, that's the thing. Suri has a personality. Like with her, like I just see her as like a quiet girl. Like, yeah, I know I haven't really contributed that much. I'm gonna try my best, and I really don't. I don't see any effort, and we see this too when she's talking to Allie.
she gutted the fish.
She gutted the fish. Congratulations.
But honestly, any of them could have did that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a skill that was just for her.
But I want to just go back to the conversation when
And
Allie and
she
Simone.
pooped in the ocean.
Yeah, and she pooped,
whatever that was.
Yeah.
But Allie and Simone, I want to talk about those two. It kind of seemed like Allie was solidifying like some sort of like alliance and deal with Simone, and I actually thought it was going to be legit, and I actually thought there was going to be some all girl alliance thing that was going to go on, especially when Lauren's like talking about how much she really hates Patrick. So I really thought like something was going to solidify with them. And I know we're going to be talking about it later, but then I just don't understand like why there wasn't anything going on. What do you guys think?
We just had Joe Ryan in the chat say that Simone is on the hustler tribe for a reason, and I agree with Joe. I mean, I think Simone is a hustler. She wants to try hard. It was just she probably just should have connected more in the beginning. I think that's her only downfall in this game, personally. So go ahead, Dave, if you want to say something.
Yeah, no, you pretty much just said it. Like right from you said everything I would think of when it comes to her. Like she just failed too much early game. Like if she was maybe to stay around longer and try to make better connections or like sooner, maybe that would have got her a little further, and maybe they would have targeted Patrick instead.
I agree, 100%. All right, so so we talk regarding the Allie and Simone conversation. I think Allie is covering her bases, basically. Like she said, she doesn't want to be seen like as a threat. She wants to keep her options open. I think Allie is a very smart player. I think she's going to get really, really far. Do you guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah, I think she'll make it her way.
All right, so now let's cut into the second hustler thing. So they show Patrick with the crab. Patrick's afraid of crabs. And everyone's like laughing, and then you just have Lauren there, and she's like just so annoyed by like everything that Patrick is doing, like over dramatic theatrics. I mean, you guys probably had like similar, like back in high school, you guys probably had friends like this, who just like cracked jokes, just for the fun of it, try to make you have like a really good time, and then eventually everyone just kind of like matured up a little bit. I feel like Patrick's never really matured. What do you guys think?
That's exactly what Lauren said about him. Like he's just a 25-year-old boy. And I can't disagree with that. But I mean, like considering where they're at, like that's kind of a necessity in a way. Just a little bit of comic relief.
I want to add to what you just said, Dave. Paul, I agree with you. Like that in high school, we do have like those friends that like are just loud, obnoxious, super annoying. Like they're funny, but it sometimes could get like really, really old. But the thing is, with Survivor, like what Dave's saying, where they are right now, there's nothing to do. They're on an island. It's so boring. Like I understand, like they have to go to have to do competitions and go to tribal council and all this other stuff. But like they're trying to distract themselves like so much. And I think the thing with Patrick is like Patrick probably was like, you know what, I'm gonna come in there, I'm gonna be who I am, loud, obnoxious. Maybe it might be annoying, but I'm not. I'm just gonna stick to being myself. And sometimes it does work out. I mean, sometimes people like that, and sometimes people don't like that. But I think in Patrick's situation, I think he's not gonna change who he is to please fucking Lauren.
But is that helping his game? I mean, let's look at it as like a game perspective. Is this helping him at all?
It's not helping him, but it's definitely not hurting him right now. I don't want to foreshadow him, but just go.
My concern with everything is that they're not telling him to tone down. Like I think Allie, if she really wants to work with Patrick, should have said, "Listen, Patrick, like pull him aside. You gotta tone it down. You're annoying some people in the tribe."
I don't think that would have been the same. You go, Dave. I'm rambling.
I kind of like I see both sides of it. It's like I mean he'll be funny for a little bit, but I think I agree with what Paul's saying. If he can learn how to tone it down, learn how to control it, learn when to be funny, when to just be serious, he'll be great. The problem is that he's like everything's a joke from what we've seen. But the other thing that's interesting is what Lauren said, is that she doesn't want to say anything to Patrick because she's afraid that because she's older, they'll just gang up on her.
Right.
Which isn't true. Which isn't true because no one was talking about getting her out. So that's not even true.
No,
I think it's her own self.
It's a little bit
like she
but,
internally feels that way.
There was no opportunity to talk about it. You have to remember.
And on top of that, I mean, like whatever her game is socially or whatever, the whole thing is that she doesn't have the same physical aspects that all the younger cast does, like all the other hustlers do. Because remember, she's the one who chose not to go in the game later on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I thought that was like a group discussion.
Well,
we don't really see that.
Well, that's a tribe decision, and whoever sits out one challenge can't sit out the next challenge.
See, the thing about Patrick, I didn't think he was that. I didn't really think Patrick was like that annoying. It wasn't like he was making like really sick jokes or like just personally like attacking people. Like that shit's fucking annoying. But with Patrick, like with the whole crab thing, like yeah, he's scared of crabs. I mean, no one likes crabs.
I mean,
so,
no one likes crabs.
I enjoyed my crab very much.
All right.
But no, everything with Patrick though, keep in mind is like from what we've seen, it didn't annoy me, like personally. But I mean, like if I had to deal with that situation, like with him and the crabs for like 6 days in a row, I would become very fatigued of having to deal with it.
Well, Chris,
no. What I'm saying is like
to experience.
Yeah, I mean, he could be fighting crabs every single day of the week. But no, in all seriousness though, the fact is, if he's the jokester guy, and he's joking like 6 days a week, like 24/7, or like every moment he's not sleeping, he's just cracking jokes. It's like it just becomes tiresome after a while.
I think they over exaggerated it. I'm gonna be honest. I think they over exaggerated it. I don't think it's as bad as they're making it seem.
Well, here's the thing, Chris. If it didn't matter, they would not have shown it in the episode.
Well, they have to add something to their tribe. Like they can't just like not show the tribe at all.
What 3 days? It's 3 days, and then what? They're going to show 5 minutes.
They have to show. They always have to show like each tribe, and they always have to show problems, antagonism, and conflicts that are happening. And with this team, the conflict, because there's nothing else going on, is Patrick fighting over a crab.
All right.
No,
all right,
I agree with
let's
that.
Talk about Allie and talk about Allie talking to Lauren. Lawrence basically tells Allie, listen, I think that Patrick's annoying. I don't know, do you agree? And Allie's like, yeah, he's kind of getting on my nerves too a little bit. And Allie's like, okay, I might have to cut Patrick at some point. Sooner rather than later. And I still think she will, by the way. I still think she will cut him. Although Patrick does have that trustworthy personality. At least he seems like a very genuine person. So I think he'd be good to he can be a good person to have on your side for like late game, because that loyalty bit comes in handy. All right, so that's all I gotta say about that. Before Chris starts defending Patrick to his death.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Jesus.
Chris is Patrick's last night. Standing tall,
pretty much.
If Patrick does make it far, he is going to be. It's
like Josh in Big Brother 19. Super fucking. He was. If they think Patrick's annoying and they don't think Josh was in the beginning, like, come on. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
Patrick doesn't have any pots and pans.
And Paul
Patrick doesn't have any pots and pans.
Guys, cut it with the Big Brother crap. Okay, so let's jump into the challenge. Let's jump into the challenge.
Yes.
So the challenge starts, and Ryan noticed that Chrissy is still there. And he's like, okay, because she's still there, I hope she makes it further during a tribe swap, because I want to use that connection down the road. I think that's smart of Ryan to say that. Thoughts?
Wait, can you repeat that one more time? I couldn't hear you. That Ryan
wants to build that connection with Chrissy because he gave her the super idol.
Okay.
So he's glad that she's still there. And he hopes that she stays longer.
See, I don't know. I think there should have been something with that idol where like she doesn't like keep it, like she has to give it back to Ryan. Like, because wouldn't it make more sense if Ryan had it over Chrissy? Because since he originally had it in the beginning.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not an active idol anyway,
Yeah.
but
It's not active, but then I think it should go back to like the holder. I thought. I mean, because the rules said that he had to use she had to use it the first tribal council, but since it wasn't used,
right. And
shouldn't
now
it have
she
gotten
gets
it back to him.
now she
Well,
just
that's what
gets,
she said. She wants to just hang on to it to say that she might have power, so just like kind of like scare them if anything happens.
Well, that's
Yeah,
not going to happen because when they merge and they go into tribal, Ryan's going to know it's not activated.
Well, I think it's just for the hero tribe, I guess, or if there's a tribe swap and they're not on the same tribe. Yeah, I guess it's a risky move for her to say that. Not now that you mentioned that, because if there ever is a tribe swap, she doesn't know who gave her the idol, so she can only really use that during the hero tribe.
Flawed.
And we know there's going to be a tribe swap in like 2 episodes at least, 2 or 3 episodes. So I don't know. Very interesting. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this challenge. I wrote down everything they said. So 3 members swim out to a floating net ring, dive down and maneuver puzzle pieces through a cage. Once 3 kits are maneuvered, the remaining will solve a signpost puzzle. The reward is a big survival fishing kit, and the second place reward, not as good, a smaller fishing kit. Still gets the job done.
All right. Did anyone else think it was going to be food? I thought it was going to be food.
Losers go to tribal council with me. All right. I wasn't even trying to do his voice there, and I don't think I did.
I don't think he used the word losers this time.
What else would he say?
No, he did. He did use
Just
losers.
saying.
I remember him saying losers.
He always says losers. Losers have
Tribal council. Someone will get.
All right, my
losers
bad,
have a
my bad.
date with me at tribal council. All right, so
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
what were you guys saying whenever you said something?
I said I thought it was going to be food.
It's
It's been 5 days, right? 5 days. It's been
in seasons
At
with
that
new
point,
in seasons with new players, rewards are rarely food early in the game.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've noticed. It's in like veteran seasons, we see food more often because they're more adapted and they know how to like. They don't want to give them like free equipment, so they just give them food. I mean, I don't know what's more valuable, a fishing kit or like a few boxes of pizza. I don't know. It's hard to say.
you know what they say: give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man how to fish.
Right.
So
yeah,
I think the equipment's
true
more
that.
valuable.
Yeah,
That
true.
makes sense.
Good
That
point.
makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's
It's
definitely
literally that. Yeah.
great award for sure. All right.
I never thought I'd be able to use that parable in like an actual like the sense that it's meant to be. So that's actually pretty cool.
All right. So during this challenge, it looked like the Hustlers were ahead for most of the challenge. Devin did. Oh my God, he was incredible. That dude swam down 3 times and got all the puzzle pieces. I was like, wow, this guy has some physical strength. There was some strategy, I feel, to Joe sitting out of this challenge. The healer tribe was probably saying, okay, this isn't a challenge that requires too much physical ability, so let's have Joe sit out so he's available for the next challenge that could be more physical. Thought that was smart. We talked a little bit about Lauren sitting out. Dave did anyway. I'm not sure if there was a good strategy, but with
Because they could easily just put her on the puzzle side of things.
with the end result, I guess it doesn't matter because if they're down to 5. If they're down to 5 members, they don't have to send anyone out anyway. Okay, so yeah, Hustlers were in the lead, which is very, which was good for them. I thought they were going to like demolish this challenge based on that. But they go back to the puzzle. Yeah, they go back to the puzzle, and you have like Simone and it was Simone and who working on the puzzle? Do you guys remember?
I think was it Allie again, or
was it Allie? It might have been Allie. Yeah.
I don't know. They focus way too much on
it was
Simone.
Allie. It was Allie. I have it down. Simone Allie.
Right, Simone and Allie were working on the puzzle, and they just couldn't cut it. I don't know. They just couldn't do it. You had Mike working on the puzzle for the healer tribe. He got it done, twisted out, turned the signpost around. It's all good. Heroes follow shortly after, and Hustlers last place, so going to tribal. What do you guys think right now? Just based on what was happening at the time, before they show Tribal, who you think was going?
I thought from what
From what they
Hustle
showed
Tribe?
before. Yeah, for what they showed before that.
From
Like
Hustle
I
before
would
the
have said
challenge.
Patrick was gonna go.
I would
I
have
definitely
thought
thought-
Simone.
Really?
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
just Lauren who just seemed it just is Lauren who just seemed to dislike Patrick, and Patrick showed that he's good physically. And they messed up at the puzzle part, and the puzzle part they kept on blaming Simone for messing it up. So the fact that she caused them to lose the challenge, and the fact that she was already an outsider and she wasn't really doing much on the camp, it seemed like there was no other way that
Yeah,
it would
I agree
happen.
with you, Dave.
I agree with Dave. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought Simone was out the door, and I still think that because that's what happened. All right, so they show Devin talking to us right after the challenge. He's like, Simone didn't deliver during the challenge. Doesn't really talk to people. Not really good for challenges in general. So he thinks we're gonna vote Simone out. Okay, fair enough. Simone, on the other hand, tries to like maneuver Lauren's hatred of Patrick to vote Patrick out. I thought it was a good move on her part. She did notice that that Patrick got on Lauren's nerves. If they didn't show it anywhere in the episode, Lauren talking to Simone about it, it was Simone that kind of figured it out on her own. Okay, Lauren doesn't like her, doesn't like him, rather. So let's use this to my advantage. I felt like she might have been too forward with it. I felt like it was an awkward conversation, but she got her point across well enough, and Lauren agreed, yeah, let's get Patrick out. And Allie was there too. She was like, yeah, all right, let's do it, because it is what it is. And then we just got to talk to Ryan and Devin, get one of them. So, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I kind of thought once Simone talked to Allie and Lauren as for three of them, I think she had no shot, honestly, because it just looked like I was like, well, what are they going to do? They're going to be a tie? Because I was 99.9% sure that Devin and Ryan were not going to vote for Patrick, and if that's the case, it would have been a tie, and they just don't want to tie that early on. That's what my personal opinion is. I was still nervous. Don't get me wrong. I was still nervous during Tribal what Patrick was saying, but I think she had no shot no matter what.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Patrick talked. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, no. So, I actually thought for like a quick second that everything was going to switch over to Patrick, just because he kept when Jeff was interviewing him, basically, like interrogating or whatever the hell you want to call it, like the tribal discussion. Basically, Patrick just kept on digging himself deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole with every additional word he said. I was like, wait a second, you might actually get voted out over Simone. Like, how is this possible? Because the entire episode was like leading up to her being voted out.
Right. I mean, I agree. I mean, he definitely did not do himself any favors during that Tribal. But
And that's
before
just to address another thing, sorry, Paul, about what that Chris mentioned earlier about like the editing with Patrick. That's exactly why, because we saw that scene with the crab earlier on. That little bit of tension is what made me think that, oh my God, maybe it is Patrick, because the whole episode only made it seem like the only two people that would have got voted out was either Simone or Patrick.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And there actually was a big discussion on it. We had Allie talking to Ryan beforehand, and Ryan was like, okay, Ryan talked to Patrick too, and he was like, okay, the boys are good. And then Ryan talks to Allie, and Ryan's like, I can't believe I'm thinking about possibly voting Patrick out. He is kind of unpredictable, and it might be better to have a more predictable person on the tribe. Now, the thing about Patrick is that I think he's predictably unpredictable. And that's not a bad thing. Unpredictability is more to do with actions and loyalty. I don't think that. So I think that when Ryan weighed his options, he didn't see any disloyalty from Patrick at the time. So,
like you said, I think Patrick. I agree with you that Patrick is the most loyal member of that team.
Right, 100%, at least at this point. Just because he has that innocent nature in him.
Yeah.
All right, so
I agree.
Yeah, all right. So they jump into Tribal, and they talk, and Patrick messes up. Says he trusts most people, not all people. In my personal opinion, I think he was just excluding Simone
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And
but-
Lauren,
I was like, what the
and
fuck?
Lauren. He doesn't like Lauren.
Why would he? But that made
Yeah, 'cause
sense
she-
though. I trust some people in that like I don't understand why they got so bugged out about it. Like you're not gonna trust everyone. Like you're not gonna trust Simone who's trying to target you. Like it doesn't make any sense.
I think there was like an overreaction too, because it's like you're gonna vote somebody out. He should have just been smarter and be like, yeah, there's one person here I don't trust. I'm voting for that person, type of thing.
The issue
Because
is
someone
that
was gonna go home.
the issue is that the tribe they were talking about the tribe as like a cohesive unit. Everyone was talking about how they built relationships with each other. I just think even if what you guys are saying is true, and it 100% is, the timing of it was just not very good, not very well placed.
I think next
The
tribal
timing was
council
horrible, and
he'll think better next tribal council. But go on, Dave.
yeah, no, I think the timing was absolutely horrible, and he's got to correct this and hope that by the time that they correct it, that their tribe is enough for a tribal council.
Yep.
Like if he can, I feel like if you can give him a week or two, I think he could recover from it.
You're probably right. You're probably right. It all depends on if they win challenges too. Give himself time to dig out of that hole.
Exactly.
He might not be
It's
in
not-
tribal for a long time. Who knows?
It's not. He didn't totally break everything. It's repairable. It's like, but it's just like you just created that little dent, that little bit of suspicion that, like, let's say, like next episode they go to tribal again, like they lose somebody else. There's no way it's not going to be him.
I mean, we've seen bigger comebacks in Survivor before. I mean, look at David from season 33, right, Chris?
Yes.
1,000%. So I mean, he dug himself out of a huge hole and made it so far. Okay, so all right, that's the episode. Simone gets voted out. I think it was it 5-1? You saw
5-1.
Lauren voted for him.
Yep.
So okay, Lauren voted for
Yep.
him too. Okay, so 5-1. That's
Yep,
good.
the only person that voted for Patrick was Simone.
Well,
Not
it's
that it
good.
mattered.
It's good for the tribe to be unified. So Simone leaves. She's disappointed, but it is what it is. I mean, it's Survivor. Everyone gets voted out every 3 days. Yeah. All right. So that's the episode. I don't know. I enjoyed this episode. A lot went on. We learned so much about the tribe dynamics in this episode. Less so for the healer tribe, but a lot for the hero and a lot for the hustler.
A whole lot from the Hustlers.
Yeah.
A whole lot from a hustler more than last season, and it's always because of tribal council. That's really what it is. The team that loses is we get more exposition from the team that loses.
Which makes you kind of
the
hope that
challenge.
healers loses somebody that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, that's what I.
Just so they get
Well,
more
the healers-
airtime.
The healers might never lose. Who knows?
They're pretty strong right now. It's actually kind of surprising.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. Just Joe seems like the odd one out on that tribe, like the one that breaks the cohesiveness of that tribe. But I don't think anyone knows that yet, except for Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Predictions.
well, I saw the scenes of the next episode. I think
As did I.
it looks like Cole and Jessica might try to take a shot at Joe. Even though he has the idol, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I like seeing exciting stuff like that.
No.
Looks like Lauren and Patrick are getting into a fight, which what a big fucking surprise! Huh?
Right. Who
Well,
knew?
even though the two of them if the two of them getting into a fight, what's going to be more interesting is to see how the rest of the tribe reacts to it. To see who's going to take Patrick's side, who's going to take Lauren's
See,
side, and that'll
I
split
still
everything
think,
up.
I still think David. I still think that Devin and Ryan are actually going to stick with Patrick.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know.
That's my prediction.
I don't know.
I think they'll stick with one or the other, but it'll depend I think what really matters is whether or not that fight is before or after a competition. If it's before a competition, Patrick pulls his weight in the competition, it doesn't even matter. If it's after a competition, and let's say they lost or something like that, then that fight's really going to matter.
Yeah.
So where that fight takes place in the episode is what's going to affect everything.
You have to remember, Allie basically placed her bet on Patrick with this vote, so we can basically see them as like a duo right now. So it's really Devin and Ryan along with Patrick and Allie. So if Lauren's the odd one out, she's the middle vote, and Lauren
could see
just
it that
goes
way.
with, and if
Yeah.
Lauren gets into her fight with Patrick, Lauren's going to go with Ryan and Devin 100% of the time.
Yeah, but Patrick's been talking to Ryan and Devin more than Lauren, which is why I think that
Right,
they're
but
not going to vote him out.
Right, but Patrick trusts
It's like what Lauren
Allie
said
the
though,
most.
because yeah, and it's like what Lauren said. Like she's the older one, she doesn't click as well because of the age difference, and the other ones are more physically, competitive.
I think
So
it would-
that's
And I
going to
think if
work
their
against
team-
her.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, and I also feel like if they do lose like the next challenge, that it's not gonna be because of Patrick, it's gonna be because of Lauren, because she has to compete. She can't sit out. She has to compete this time. So I think something's gonna happen
That's
where
true.
she might fuck it up, and then she might put the blame on Patrick.
I don't want to make any predictions on the challenges, but it's very possible. I don't know. I still think we're going to see Lauren as the middle vote, and she's going to have to decide between trusting Allie, and then or trusting like Ryan and Devin. I really feel like she's in that middle position. That's just what I think. All right, so let's jump. Well, I guess we're not jumping into anything. We're basically done here.
I think that's about a wrap, unless there's any other final thoughts,
right.
predictions.
Chris, you don't have any news or anything, do you?
I do. I've got some reality room news for you guys.
You should just do this in another video,
Ooh.
Chris. No one makes
Well,
it before.
Why not? Right here. Okay, hold on. I got some news. Let me get to it. We did it last video. We'll do it again. Okay.
I think but dead ass, just make this into a new video series.
Well, it's just small news. Okay, so October 1st, The Amazing Race, they were filming their 30th season at Washington Square Park. Jessica and Cody were there, and they went off to JFK Airport. We were there, obviously. How do you guys feel about what's been going on?
I enjoyed being there. It was a good time. I like seeing Jess and Cody. We were like 2 feet away from them. It was really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody actually waved whenever Jessica pointed and told him to wave. So that was pretty cool.
He seemed happy.
Yeah, he seemed like he was in a good
Jess.
mood. I really like that. Yeah, well, that too.
This
Right.
probably really should be another video.
No, I'm just saying because you guys could watch this. We have like a couple of like clips like behind the scenes, like what happened. So if you guys want, we'll post a link on the bottom. Next,
Yeah, post a link on the bottom.
They got a lot of views.
Okay.
It did.
Yeah, I got like 25
Next,
views.
Okay, so Josh Martinez, if you guys want to know.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yep. Okay, guys, I'm talking.
Go, Chris.
So Josh Martinez, the winner of Big Brother 19, he posted on Instagram Live that he's coming to New York. He didn't give an exact date. I know that he's going to what's he doing? Oh, he's going to Canada with a couple of other people as well. But he has been scheduling for a meet and greet in New York, and I think he has like a lineup or something like that. He has a place where he's going to do it. So need to point that out. In addition to that, we said last week that Jessica was on Bold and the Beautiful. We saw there's like a clip on YouTube where she's like talking to like a girl that she's working with, like to talk about meatballs and stuff. And then you hear her say like, "I don't think meatballs should be on the menu." That's like they always have like these one-liners that are like,
"You freaking meatball,
freaking meatball." Yeah. So that will air on October 24th. Which is a couple of weeks from now. And last but not least, briefly, Christmas. We know Christmas wasn't the biggest fan of Jessica and Cody. She says, "Whatever happened between Cody and me in the house, or Cody, me, and Jess in the house, for me that stays in the house, in the past, right? In the past." She says, "I know that they'll do well. They're both very physical. That's very sharp. I think they'll do well." Yeah, that's. I thought she was gonna be a little bit more bitchy about it.
I think that's the typical Christmas response.
Yeah, she doesn't really care.
Yeah, she really wasn't all that bitter. I feel like she played out the bitterness for the game, in my opinion.
I don't know. I heard some
true.
stuff, but and
yeah, you guys got to
Okay.
remember, Chris has those big
last not least, if you guys want to follow us for other stuff as well, you can follow me at Dead Rapper Biggie. You can follow Paul at Room Podcast, and you can follow Dave at Dave Final VR. Dave, what does the
Until I
VR
make
stand
a better
for?
Twitter handle. I don't even know why the hell I made it. I just wrote that like a long time ago and I need a new Twitter handle. I will get one very soon.
I still don't know where you found that background, Chris, for my picture.
What background? For that,
I don't know
your
where
picture?
you found that like picture.
Was I actually somewhere where you took that picture?
Yeah, we were hanging out with Bryce. We were hanging out with Bryce and Sequester, and I had my camera. You
Really?
remember? Yeah, the sushi
I don't
place.
remember. No, I don't remember. I thought you edited the background in. I was like, oh,
No,
that's
that's
nice.
a good shit. That's a pretty good editing shit.
That's what I was gonna say.
and there's my mugshot, guys.
And then yours, I don't know where I fucking got this on like Facebook. or
Oh
some
wait a
shit.
minute. This is me from. Oh,
That was
okay.
like
That's a sushi place.
3-4 years ago.
All right, guys. All right.
So these are the pictures Chris chose to use for us.
I couldn't find any
So just go
normal
follow our
pictures.
Twitters.
I think it's a good picture.
It's okay. I
It's a good
have like no
picture,
good pictures on Facebook.
All right. So
We'll take new pictures very soon.
I'll end it off.
All right. So thank you guys for watching so much. I don't know if you're still watching. God bless you.
There's 4 viewers. What are you saying? We got more viewers than we were talking about.
Well, whatever. This goes up on YouTube. We'll see how long they last on YouTube.
All right. So God bless you guys for sticking around with us this long. Please like, comment down below. I want to thank those of you who talked in the chat, mainly my boy Joe. You the man, Mr. Ryan. And we'll be back here again next week. So look forward to that at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Pacific, for a new Reality Room podcast video. We will be doing a Big Brother celebrity prediction video in the upcoming days. So be excited for that as well.
Hell yes.
If you're not excited, well, that's fine too. Until next time, guys.
Well, why wouldn't you be excited for that?
Peace.
All right, take care, guys.
See ya.